सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला।
सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।
Ladies and gentlemen, to debate number 2. At this point of time on the eve of our Independence Day, I would like to tell Rahul Gandhi and the others supporting him that their attempt at streetocracy is going to fail. They are not talking about vote chori. What do they want? They want the entire democratic system in this country to crumble. They want no elections. They want complete anarchy. And we at Republic say, no streetocracy. No streetocracy.
हमारे पास ओपन एंड शट प्रूफ है कि इलेक्शन कमीशन वोट चोरी में इन्वॉल्व है।
इलेक्शन कमीशन ने राहुल गांधी जी को बुलाया, वोटर रोल इशू पे नहीं गए। उनको कहा एविडेंस दे दो, बार बार कहा, नहीं दिया राहुल गांधी जी ने और कांग्रेस पार्टी ने।
जिन्होंने आज तक मैंडेट चोरी करने का काम किया, वो आज इस तरह के अनर्गल प्राप्त करके अपने आप को लोकतंत्र का मसीहा साबित करने का एक प्रयास कर रहे हैं।
The political battle over the electoral rolls is now reaching a tipping point.
राहुल गांधी जी को सुधारने के लिए मेरा पास कोई दवाई नहीं है, लेकिन अब सुप्रीम कोर्ट पर टिप्पणी के बाद तो उसको थोड़ा होश ठिकाना आना चाहिए। अगर नहीं भी है तो जो समझदार लोग हैं, कांग्रेस में भी कुछ लोग समझदार नेता हैं। ऐसे नहीं कि सारे कांग्रेस में राहुल गांधी जैसे हैं, तो कांग्रेस पार्टी में भी अच्छे लोग हैं। वो लोग मिल करके राहुल गांधी को समझाना चाहिए कि देश के खिलाफ काम करना बंद करना चाहिए।
उनको बोलिए हिम्मत है तो जवाब दे राहुल गांधी के सवालों का। न हिम्मत है इनमें, न ऊपर से अनुमति मिलेगी। चले आते हैं बोलने।
Today, the Supreme Court, while hearing the case on Bihar Special Intensive Revision, directed the Election Commission to publish the names of the 65 lakh names being deleted from the voter list, even asking the Election Commission of India to consider challenges based on Aadhaar cards. But the Congress is defiant on its vote chori allegations.
ये नारा सुपर हिट हो गया हमारा। ये अब तो पूरा देश की गली गली में शोर लग रहा है। अभी नारा दूसरा भी लगेगा ना, गली गली में शोर है, चुनाव आयोग चोर है। अभी तो ये नारा भी लगना है।
But it is no longer about the votes. One thing is clear. The opposition has a resounding consensus on rejecting the mandate of the nation based on hollow conjecture.
SIR पे रोक तुरंत लगानी ही चाहिए। और इसमें अगर, और आप सोचिए SIR का प्रोसेस कितना मज़ेदार है। चुनाव आयोग कह रहा है कि हम गहन पुनरीक्षण कर रहे हैं, स्पेशल इंटेंसिव रिवीजन, और उसमें खाली डिलीशन कर रहे हैं, आप एडिशन नहीं कर रहे हैं।
केवल नकली गांधी और नकली संविधान की कॉपी लेकर चलने से नहीं चलता। सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कह दिया कि आधार नागरिकता का प्रमाण नहीं है। सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कह दिया कि राशन कार्ड पर प्रमाण नहीं बनता है किसी नागरिक होने का।
इनका ये मानना है कि जो लोग नागरिक नहीं हैं, आधार कार्ड बनवा लिए हैं, वोटर आईडी बनवा लिए हैं, वो वोट देने के हकदार होंगे। ये चाहते हैं कि इस देश का लोकतंत्र जो है फर्जीवाड़ा पर चले। कोई बिहार में इस जो इंटेंसिव रिवीजन है, इसको किसी ने इसकी आलोचना नहीं की। आम लोग इससे खुश हैं। आम लोगों को लगता है कि फर्जीवाड़ा अब चुनाव में नहीं होगा।
The big question is, if opposition is really concerned about vote chori, then why is it opposing the SIR? Is it just a ploy to incite streetocracy? Why can't Indy accept the verdict of the people?
Streetocracy is a state of affairs where a small, loud and anarchic group takes to the streets to subvert the outcome of democratic elections. So our choices today, Siddharth and Ratnakar Tripathi, are between streetocracy, which you seem to support, and democracy, which I support. So, Siddharth Sharma, I will open up the lines and I'll also take a poll. You support streetocracy or democracy? Because if you don't accept the results of an election, then you are anti-democracy and pro-streetocracy.
Yeah, Arnab, to begin with, commiserations to those affected in Kishtwar today. Kashmir in Kishtwar faced a very big tragedy today, and entire India prays for your safety in Kashmir. So let me begin with that. And Arnab, I agree with you completely, 100%, that today is not a day to gloat, but reflect on the checks and balances of a democracy like India. That's what the Supreme Court's verdict today says. No cricket fan wants a match without an umpire. All fans want is an umpire who is neither British nor an Indian while this match is being played at Lords. It's as simple as that. Exactly what Aam Aadmi Party requested Election Commission about mass vote deletions during February Delhi elections. In fact, today's verdict has done a massive favor to BJP by taking the wind out of the slogan on every Indian's lips. Gali gali mein shor hai, Bhajpa vote shor. At least that has been taken out of the
So you're not willing to accept the verdict of the elections at the national level?
Well, by cracking a resounding slap across Modi Sarkar riding piggyback on EC.
So no, one minute. All these are your words. These are not the words of any court. I'm asking you and Ratnakar Tripathi once again with absolute clarity. You're saying that you are not willing to accept the results of the 2024 general elections. Are you willing to accept that verdict or not accept that verdict? Because you've got to be clear on this.
The verdict, every verdict under BJP government is now under question because the Supreme Court
the Supreme Court has at no point of time cast aspersions on the verdict.
No, it's not under question. Do not lie. Do not undermine democracy.
The Supreme Court would never say something like that and has not said anything like that. To misquote the Supreme Court in the most watched English news program in the country would be terrible. Please don't do it.
Arnab, today the Supreme Court held that the unfair process of Bihar SIR is a conspiracy to exclude citizens. Hence, the court itself laid down correct procedure to ensure inclusivity.
It upheld that and made
Why did the court say that these are the things that you need to do? When Indian population is increasing, Indian economy is booming, how can number of voters get reduced? Remember, Election Commission has to upload. It's 65 lakh.
In a most incomprehensible and incoherent manner, I will take on. Are you done? Are you done with the screaming and shouting? So clearly,
damned if they do, damned if they don't. It's a Hobson's choice for them now. It's a Hobson's choice for the BJP ecosystem now because the entire process of SIR that the Election Commission was doing, rather it had become a selection
screaming and shouting your lungs out will not help you, sir.
Commission of India.
It will not help you. Screaming like that, the lung power.
It has enumerated a certain process.
Honesty matters.
When it says
and love for your country and democracy matters. So it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Keep trying. Scream louder. Scream louder. It's still not helping. It is not working. It is not working. You have shown it, and Rahul Gandhi is following suit that you are a political embodiment of anti-nihilism, only theatrics. You want to undermine.
I would just like to say this, that as far as I know, Siddharth, I knew you to be a decent man. But today, by lying about the Supreme Court and saying that the Supreme Court has given a final order as blah, blah, blah in the case and making loud proclamations on what the Supreme Court have said, you have crossed the line of political decency. Because the Supreme Court in its interim order, allow me to complete, I'm a very precise journalist. The Supreme Court, as far as I know, Deepak Reddy, in its interim order, not a final order, has said that the Election Commission of India is entirely entitled, as per existing rules, to carry out a special intensive revision. All that the Supreme Court has said is that you can give a booth-wise list of the 65 lakh people who are not included, which I'm sure the Election Commission is going to do. And further, the Supreme Court has said you need to ensure wide publicity for the special intensive revision. You are unwilling to accept what the Supreme Court has said in its interim order. And this is exactly the problem I have, Deepak, that you lie about everything. About the Election Commission, about the Supreme Court.
Accepting my folly. Arnab, I am accepting.
You are a believer in streetocracy. India must fight streetocracy. I am for democracy, not streetocracy.
Arnab, I am accepting my folly today that Arnab is fishing and I am not biting. Exactly like Pradhanji isn't taking Trump's name in spite of him taking credit for operations, for making ceasefire 35 times. The day Pradhanji takes Trump's bait, I will also take Arnab's bait. Don't worry about that. And
आप पहले तो एक बात बताता हूँ सिद्धार्थ जी, मैंने डिसेंसी की बात कही है ना,
आपने बेट डाला।
हाँ, मतलब हर चीज की मर्यादा होती है, मर्यादा होती है। आप मर्यादा का उल्लंघन ना करें और प्रधान और प्रधानमंत्री के किसी प्रधान जी नहीं है, प्रधानमंत्री जी कहिए। प्रधान और प्रधानमंत्री में काफी फर्क है। अरे भाई प्रधानमंत्री है, चुने गए हैं, आपने तो अभी तक प्रधान के चुनाव के लिए आपने नॉमिनेशन फाइल नहीं की है।
अरे अर्नब भाई
जी,
बात ऐसी है ना, भारत में शंकराचार्य बहुत अच्छा
किसी पंचायत के इलेक्शन को जीत के आइए ना, फिर प्रधान कह रहे हैं। प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी कहिए जी। दीपक रेड्डी,
let me come in here, Arnab, let me come in here.
डेमोक्रेसी और स्ट्रीटोक्रेसी, दीपक।
Yep, democracy is pretty clear. Debate, dialogue and discussion. But the Congress's version of democracy is nothing but disruption. You know, what I feel is this is something what they're doing intentionally and trying to undermine our processes and our institutions and trying to create a doubt in the people's mind about the functioning of our very democracy. So this is something what they're doing absolutely intentionally. I would like to give 4 facts today on 4 different issues where I think the case will come to rest after these facts are out. Today we had election results in Andhra Pradesh, ZPTC. 2 by-elections results came out today, and it was not through EVMs, it was through ballot. And you know what? Congress party got 146 votes in Vontimita, and in Pulivendala they got only 101 votes. So that's what I keep saying. Congress is dead in Andhra Pradesh and is in a ventilator in rest of India.
Now so they will say, the Congress will say that the election has been stolen. They have a clear answer to every loss. Yeah, they deserve to win, but...
That is why I've been saying, I told Arnab that this is not through EVMs and this was through paper ballot. This is exactly what they have been asking, and this is the result what we got today. And another thing, Anantapur Lok Sabha constituency, where I was elected as an MLC earlier, in the previous election on Congress party, there has been a case booked, a criminal case, that large-scale voter fraud and rigging has been taken place by a Congress candidate earlier, running into more than a couple of lakh votes were rigged. So you can check, this is a fact. So they've been used to playing with our electoral process in the past. And then coming to 2024 general election, 2 parliaments, I was a observer representing our party, where Tirupati Parliament, 7 MLAs were won by us. But the MP was a BJP MP. We won with more than 2 lakh votes for our MLAs, but we lost the BJP MP there. And similarly, Rajampeta Lok Sabha constituency.
Let me get the Congress's Ratnakar Tripathi to have a word in. Ratnakar Tripathi, democracy or streetocracy?
Another one last word. In Hyderabad, what MIM does is...
No, we'll talk about Hyderabad later. Let me get Ratnakar Tripathi, but I want the discussion to be very balanced and very fair. Ratnakar Tripathi, you know, crying wolf cannot be your bread and butter.
Arnabji, please add 1 G to me too. Even though I am not the Prime Minister, but please add a G. And I think you won't interrupt me after that. So let me tell you one thing. You can tag us, term us anarchist. We are Gandhians. Gandhiji once said that when it comes to democracy, I am an anarchist. So we are anarchists, you can say that.
You are anarchist?
Please, don't interrupt, sir.
You're saying on my program you are anarchist.
Saving the democracy, okay. If you term, in your terminology, not mine, sir, don't interrupt again. And Supreme Court has largely rebuked Election Commission. When Gopal Shankar Narayan said about Aadhaar, Justice Bagchi said, no. They have to take it. It is statutory obligation. They can't deny it. And Election Commission was not willing to publish the details. They clearly said you have to publish the detail of the deleted persons voters along with the reasons.
No, are you?
Please.
You don't accept the results of the 2024 vote.
Don't interrupt, Anurag. With the reasons why were the name deleted, and along with that, largely advertised in vernacular languages.
Achha.
Is
So you will keep asking questions. You will keep trying to tell people that the elections were fudged.
Let me complete,
You expect anyone to believe you?
Reddy ji talked about the ballots. Today, one more thing has happened in Supreme Court. The Panchayat election of Buana Lakhu of Haryana. This was the first time when the EVM was opened in the Supreme Court, and the verdict has reversed. The person who was given the certificate of winning has lost now. क्या बोला गया?
So was Raebareli verdict also wrong?
That is what
Was the Wayanad and Raebareli verdict also wrong, since you are trying to superimpose that at a national level? Why don't you quit? Why don't you quit all your Lok Sabha seats, the 90 that you won? Where you won, it is all right. The EVM is right. Where you lose, the EVM is wrong. Ratnakar Tripathi ji.
Ask your team,
This is very absurd, ji.
I am giving you the name, Buana Lakhu of Panipat. Panchayat election. The EVM was very
this
fast.
is not right. This is going to have no impact on people, viewers. 100% of our viewers believe we are for democracy and anti-streetocracy, and we need to become stronger and stronger. We need to keep Indian democracy together despite all these cynics. Despite all these cynics, I thank you so much, Ratnakar ji. At 9 o'clock tonight, as the stage is set for the meeting in Alaska, why I believe Putin will win, not Trump.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।